I'm not. You said don't count Lava Lilies out. I'm not counting out KCMX. They did just lose 3 players, so the disengagement needs to be quick from Felix Felicis. They do manage to make it out in time, so she is going to be A-okay. I think getting staggered as D.Va is probably the most painful thing in the world, because losing Toki, you said it earlier, the 2 health bars. You lose Toki, and then you have to also get killed by as a pilot D.Va. But right now, the person that's looking like they might get eliminated is Caramel, actually, but they'll manage to make it out alive, as will Saturn. But Tycho, unfortunately, will have 3 players commit to their elimination.
Yeah, that is paying for the sins of your DPS. Tycho and Queen Bee both gonna go down as Lava Lilies just gonna try and hold out, get as much percentage as they can, and try to see what they can do here. Lilac is here. Will have to recall immediately. Point gonna be capped pretty quickly here in KCMX. Now, finally, after so long, had to take it into round 2, do get control.
I mean, it's what I said was perhaps a little more back and forth, and I think honestly, sub 50% is a little bit more back and forth than what we saw on our first map here for Ilios. So now, Tangerine, you're coming up on this orbital ray. Are we going to use it early? We saw you do that yesterday. You hit these orbital rays so fast that the enemy team was not prepared. But I mean, you lose the enemy team. It's going to be Lava Lilies losing Caramel, but then we lose Saturn. We're equal. Something's got to give, and I think it should be a check mark from one of these squads to maintain control or to take control. But it seems like we're a little hesitant to do so, as we're about to lose our Lucio instead. We lose Sandbox God instead. She's back in spawn.
Yeah, Sandbox God is gone, and there is the D.Va ult as well. Tangerine gonna push through that and see if they can get anything. Judo ult used. Tycho going down to single-digit HP. Will survive until now, so both supports for Lava Lilies are gone once again. KCMX have now taken control, and that is Caramel going down into the pit, and Lava Lilies just cannot get themselves back in this game.
This is kind of the reverse of what was occurring on the first map. Now that we're on well, it's going in favor of KCMX. Lava Lilies, though, during this fight will have Orbital Ray. They're going to have the self-destruct for extra sustain, maybe a little zoning and breathing room. And also, they take down Saturn first. Here comes in that Orbital Ray. That's going to be Queen Bee hitting it, but Tycho somehow goes into the pit by themselves. So we're already down 1. We need to hit another ultimate or find another elimination quickly for Lava Lilies. They get Felix Felicis out of mech, but they lose Queen Bee in the process. Yeah, Tycho, the is what I was saying too. It's alright, it happens to all of us. I digress. Right now, Sandbox God, she's putting in work.
Yeah, Sandbox God trying to do everything possible to keep this point in their favor. Although it does feel like Lava Lilies have been able to regroup. They bought enough time, and they're actually going to cap the point. So we went into overtime, but it was still enough for Lava Lilies to grab the point. Now, what do they do to hold it? Because it has been back and forth between these two teams so far.
Well, right now we're doing the standard strategy of just kind of holding out here at the front choke point on the opposite side. The only person with an ultimate right now is Pasta, so that's where things get a little bit scary. That is our sustain, that is our, so to speak, our last ditch trying to stay alive ultimate. Unfortunately, losing Tycho so soon is deadly. We do, in response, take down Saturn, but I'm staring at Caramel right now as well as Lilac. These two have ult almost ready to go. They need to sustain through the orbital ray. Pasta hits the self-destruct, wants to get that Toki back and sustain his Pilot D.Va. Will do just that, and I think barely survives the pulse bomb as we take down Holo.
Somehow stays up. Queen Bee and Hollow Candy have gone. Tangerine next. Caramel also falling. Lava Lilies, they're losing members very fast, and we do see Caramel stay alive. Lilac still trying to do something here, but control has been wrested back over to KCMX, and we are back in overtime. Lava Lilies, they have to keep on the point, and they are currently doing that, but for how long is the question? Caramel in the D.Va mech as Pasta trying to run back over to provide that front line for the team. Will survive for just a little bit longer as there is the bomb blown, space given, and now Lava Lilies cannot find, no, they are finding their way in, but Tangerine is back. It is just stagger after stagger.
the quintessential piece here that could be the deal breaker for Lava Lilies to sustain here is Holo can't aim. She's coming in 92% on the sound barrier. D.Va dangerously low. We can amp those heals to keep that Toki alive on our D.Va. There it is, the sound barrier. This isn't so much a go forward and game space. This is a sight alive and keep yourself safe type of ultimate. And I think it worked out. It allowed us to hit the gas just a little bit more. And with that, Kaiju Core takes well. We are tied one aside.
What in the world was that final push? It just never ended, back and forth, and KCMX, they barely pull out a victory there. I mean, I say barely, they had control for a long time, but Lava Lilies just did not die. And if all of the maps are gonna be this back and forth, I am excited for what we've got in store.
I think the one change, if I were Lava Lilies Rising right now, and nothing against you, Kaiju Core, but anyone that has seen how casters work, we often, we got to go for those underdog stories. We like to stir the pot a little bit, and I want to see anxiety in the faces of the gods currently, because Kaiju Core, you've been undefeated in my book. Lava Lilies, Taiko. I think we need to give a little bit more respect and keep Taiko alive more. Dump more resource into our Brigitte. Keep our shield maiden up, and we'll find more success in these fights.
Yeah, Thermo gonna be up on the high ground here. Saturn on the Genji. Gonna be trying to get in that backline. Taiko, though, has already gone down, and KCMX, they're getting their good start once again. They do cap the point. They're just going to try and hold in this foreground to make sure that nobody can get behind them.
With no ults online, this becomes the player that makes a mistake first is the one to get punished, and it looks like not checking our high grounds might be the player. It might be what the unfortunate mistake was, and trying to bunch ourselves up around the mega pack. We lost 3 players. This is no stay in spawn type of moment. Looking at the ultimates for Kaiju Core, which is who's going to be predominantly leading the charge as far as ults go. It is right now Tangerine 74% on that orbital ray. The next highest is a Lilocked on Lava Lilies, 78% on this pulse bomb, but it could get eaten. We could have someone run away. We could get recalled. We could get deflected. So Lilocked, I'm looking at you. Can we get a juicy pulse bomb onto someone to give the Lava Lilies an opportunity to get in? No, we're actually going to pull attention to point instead, which is great. Now we have breathing room for Lava Lilies.
Now as Lilocked is trying to get into this backline, we still see all of this time that has been bought while the percentage is going up. Judol used, trying to continue to push forward here. Felix takes out Lilock, and Lava Lilies once again playing from the disadvantage. They lose Queen Bee as well, and Lava Lilies cannot find their opening. KCMX have been putting up a wall this entire time.
Based off what we saw during the first map, even though there is this wall being created, we can't count Lava Lilies out. They're coming up on orbital ray. We have this self-destruct. Caramel has duplicate almost ready to go. Lilac, though, you've been hanging on to this pulse bomb. Who's our target? Where are we looking to use it? Are we going to just pull attention over to the objective once again? Lucio gets dangerously low. Holo can't aim. Can we find the elimination onto the frog? Will they escape? They grab the mega pack and go off the ledge to sustain out of LOS at it. No, we accidentally missed the ledge connection, and Holo can't aim actually ends up falling to their doom.
Oh, unfortunate. But it is just the first cap for Lava Lilies. We are at overtime. As soon as KCMX grab that back, Lava Lilies, though, have a lot of ground to make up. They've finally made their push for the advantage. How do they handle being in the advantage now? Because Saturn definitely wants to find that backline access and has been pretty successful so far in doing so.
We have Kitsune Rush getting punched by one team. Taiko hits it first. Caramel with the follow-up duplication. Holo can't aim. She's gone. Queen Bee, she's also gone. So both teams have lost the support. Felix Felicis loses her mech. Taiko, they're eliminated. But Tangerine also getting eliminated. I think that's Lava Lilies might sustain, because Caramel, that's a huge jump to Sandbox God. She's like, yeah, no, not worth my time.
Yeah, no, don't want to deal with it. All right, fine. You guys win this round. Gonna come back. And now, KCMX, pressure starting to hit again. And we saw what happened in round one rather, they struggled a little bit when the pressure was on. There was a couple of mistakes. There was a little bit of panic trying to do whatever possible, and it led to some mistakes. Can KCMX rectify that here? As we're going to get into another fight, Genji Blade has been used, and it's trying to get into that backline. Taiko will go down as the D.Va Mech is next on the menu, will not fall. As Pasta stays alive, uses the ult to just give space as Caramel falls to Saturn on the side. Now KCMX gaining a little bit of control. Queen Bee goes next. Lava Lily's on the defensive. They cannot lose this fight because as soon as there is a wipe, they are not going to be able to cap it again.
Remember, we are at one aside and in control. In King of the Hill, we need to make sure we win 2 maps. Now we're in OT. The longer this goes on, the quicker that yellow bar will deplete on the top of the board.
I don't think they can touch.
Right now, I don't think anyone can. Yeah, it looked like our judo almost made it in, but nonetheless, that's going to be Kaiju Court. KCMX walking away with the first map victory here. Remember, this is still first to 3, best of 5. We're going to look at this POTG. It's Felix Felicis coming in on the D.Va. Let's see what she did. Oh, okay, so this is map 1 very early. This is right when point unlocks. She dives into the high ground, takes care of Queen Bee, and follows up, finds Taiko, and goes back to protect her team.
Yeah, and I mean, I know you said, like, you know, obviously it's first map. It's you know, going to be, there's a lot of games to play. And I've said that a lot in some of these games, but a lot of times it's kind of been like, it looks strong. It looks like it's a tough way back up. Lava Lilies looked like they were throwing punches. It was not a clean victory for KCMX. And if Lava Lilies can keep that pressure on, you know, KCMX can falter in some of these other maps.
They can. Now the question is, Lava Lilies, where are we going for our second map? Earlier we saw Paraiso, but that was actually the pick that came out from Pause Out, and I do believe in the matchup yesterday with Lava Lilies Rising and Pause Out picked Paraiso again in that instance, but when it was KCMX and Lava Lilies, I think we went Kings Row for our second map, so I'm anticipating that Kings Row is going to be our hybrid map. Do you have any counterpoints to that, or do you think it's also going to be KR?
I hear competitive Overwatch, and I think it's just gonna be Kings Row. Like, right? Like, you could tell me, it's Clash. I'm gonna be like, no, it's Kings Row. It's Kings Row. Which we did get confirmation. Yeah, it's Kings Row. So we're in the clear. It's definitely gonna be Kings Row again. And I mean, again, at least there's some Widowmaker action that can come through on that.
We could theoretically see some of that, and I do think because we're going to Kings Row, we've got some swaps that are going to be made, especially in the form... Oh, actually, Caramel is going to be staying in this time, and Sori is the one who's going to be coming in, and so we get to see this dynamic duo in the reign, taking the reins this time as far as the DPS goes. It looks like across the board for both the lineups, though. Sandbox God, Saturn, Felix Felicis, Tangerine, Holo Can't Aim, all the same. And then on the ladder side over here for the Lava Lilies Rising, we still have Queen Bee, Taiko, and Pasta to take up that backline, as well as our tank.
Yeah, so sorry the only new member coming in, but sorry obviously having that experience on the Widowmaker. And I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, you're expecting, you're going in, we want Kings Row, we want to get our Widowmaker in there and see what we can do, if we can open opportunities. And, you know, maybe that's the difference maker. Maybe that's what Lava Lilies need in order to find their opportunities against KCMX, because KCMX definitely have looked really, really good. Lava Lilies found chances, found opportunities, but how many minutes of these games did we see KCMX kind of just like in control and holding a point? It felt like it was always wrested back by Lava Lilies, not gained from the get-go.
I mean, if you want to, I mean, it was 99 seconds for one time and 99 seconds for the other time. So
I mean, like, yeah, technically yes, but but
in game, it feels like an eternity.
Exactly, right? Like, so we'll see. KCMX currently running the Ramatra, so gonna be going a little bit out of what we saw last map.
Ram Rush is still extremely viable on this map. I feel like I could beat a dead horse when it comes to this type of soapboxy rant I can do here on Kings Row. This map is the bread and butter of Overwatch. You can force the square peg in the round hole, or you know, put everything in the square hole, so to speak. This map is the equivalency of the broken little toy that one girl had in the TikTok that she was watching. You can make any single one of the compositions we've ever seen in Overwatch, I feel like, work on this map. And it just comes down to how you think about it and how you want to execute it. I mean, Pasta even opting to go over to my Battle Cattle as opposed to the Diva. I'm here for it. Now, we also are going to have Sari swap over to that Ashe. Again, the Dynamites forcing people out of angles, taking away exit routes.
Yeah, as right now, Ramattra just holding ground. Caramel on the Genji, looking for their angle. And with this Orisa trying to just move forward piece by piece, and Ramattra just going in with the punches to try and push back. Currently successful. This, I said it in the previous Kings Row game that I covered. It's just like this point feels so close, but so difficult to breach.
I mean, I think it's a side effect of a well-designed map. There's
sure.
multiple paths. No, not at all. I think it is a side effect of this is probably why so many people enjoy this map, why teams do pick this map. There's a lot of different forms of execution, and we do that can take place on this map. You can just go headlong, you can pat the high ground, you can pat the high and then go to Mega and come back behind people, you can go through Hotel Room, or you can do things like Sandbox God just did, which is Helix rocket jump directly into the enemy front line, recognizing that Spear Spin is done, and find an elimination. Will I promote such type of behavior? No, because sometimes that is a death sentence, but she does it anyway.
Saturn putting in work right now on the Tracer and gonna take out a bunch of people in the process. Lava Lilies again. 2 minutes left, so they still have a lot of time to work with, but they are gonna be starting to feel a little bit of pressure here because there's just not been anything successful.
They're managing to reconvene at the choke point A-OK without losing anyone. Nothing successful, but sometimes, you know, when you're on these types of maps, especially Kings Row, I feel like you're playing more for that third fight. But Tangerine is trying to make sure that third fight is is quickly taken care of. And unfortunately, currently for Kaiju Core, they're going to lose Felix. Felix is actually, after losing Felix, I think everyone kind of was just like, yeah, no, not worth. Trying to duke it out on point without your tank is borderline impossible into that composition, because it's like, we lost our tank, our option is to hit another ult. So yeah, the enemy is also going to hit another ult. At a certain point, we don't want to spend 5 ults on it. I respect Kaiju Core's moment of, hey, let's just instant reset.
Yeah, it's not the easiest thing, but now it is, like you said, that reset kind of coming through, and that reset's coming in strong, because look at the ults being used. Sandbox God, Felix pushing away the rest of the team. That's 3 members down. Caramel will go down as well. Felix falls, but it feels like it's not enough to turn things around. Lava Lilies are actually going to start to push forward here, but there was a little bit of damage done, a little bit of time pushed away from Lava Lilies on the push.
Saturn looking for an opportunity to find a pulse bomb is in the back line, and there's 2 people actually here in the back line. It is our Soldier 76 Sandbox God. She is in that back line. Saturn is as well. They're looking for opportunities here to find a juicy pulse bomb. Unfortunately, the coach gun will keep Sari alive, but if you're Sari, that's actually quite thankful as we hit the Bob.
Bob is going to come in and try to do something, but now we do see KCMX kind of just getting pushed back here. There's a lot of ults. Rally has been used by Lava Lilies, and the ult is going to be enough here to just push away KCMX, and Lava Lilies feel like they're gaining enough ground to try and take this second point. Look at how far back KCMX are playing now.
I think it's smart for them to back off and play this angle, wait for their cooldowns to come back, and then re-engage. Yep, they waited for the hyper ring. Now their opportunity to go in. We hit the beat as well for Holocan aim to sustain through the Terror Surge. In comes the Orbital Ray as well from Tangerine. Caramel's gonna hit the blade, finds Holocan aim. Tycho will be eliminated by Felix Felicis. Saturn is going to be eliminated, as will Tangerine. So, and then Sandbox God, she's gone too, who's also swapped to the Bastion, by the way, and 07, my friend, I respect the Bastion play, but when there's a Genji on the enemy team and a Orisa, I mean, that's Spear Spin plus, you know, deflect. Both of those can completely take away your form. So, I mean, good luck. That's all I have to say to you.
Yeah, the blade is very good at metal. it does slice through metal very easily.
Yes.
As we're going to be seeing now if Lava Lilies can hold it this, or can push through on this choke, as KCMX have been finding good moves here. There is the Juno ult as well. They're going to try and push forward with it, but it's honestly not going great. Felix hitting a crazy bomb, takes out two. Lava Lilies have lost control, and KCMX once again pushing forward. The Bastion's doing well for KCMX, as defensively they have been able to hold this final point extremely well so far.
Mad respect, because that means you're watching Spear Spin, you're watching Deflect, and you're also kind of keeping a head out for those your eyes out for those dynamites, because you want to go into turret form at the most optimal time period, or your goal is to force out those. But Saturn, our angles weren't checked, you know, something that you typically hear us saying when we've cast Valorant, but in this instance, lurking on the high ground works out in their favor. Unfortunately, the pulse bomb stick did not come to fruition.
Yeah, Bob will be used and will go down. Lava Lily's not able to do a whole lot with that, although they're getting some people low. Saturn gonna have to regroup now. Lava Lily's looking, they do not have ults, and we do have Juno and Bastion ult available for KCMX. A lot of ground they can kind of push away from here. Now, Rally gonna be used from Tycho. Pasta has the ult as well. Orbital Ray gonna be used by Tangerine. KCMX still backing away, or pushing forward rather, against Lava Lilies, and now Lava Lilies losing their supports. The fight feels like it is all but over. Caramel using the blade, but not getting a whole lot done. This feels like you're putting resources into a fight that's already lost at Lava Lilies. Now, no ults outside Pasta, and only a minute left.
All right, hear me out. While I agree, it's not as though KCMX wasn't guilty of doing the exact same thing. Holo Can't Aim hit the beat at the last second of that fight as they pushed forward, and Lava Lilies has already given up. They'd retreated. The white flag was out. So they've lost beat. An ultimate that can be a fight-changing ultimate. We have also lost Saturn, so that means we need to give up a little bit of space, because the off angle and pressure that our DPS create is not there to help sustain our tank. And Saturn actually is opting to go on the Widowmaker, as we hear Bastion hit the artillery strike, but does end up getting thwarted, I believe, as Tangerine will also be eliminated for KCMX.
KCMX actually on the defensive now. Tangerine down, Felix low on HP, and remember, the only thing they have right now is the Lucio. That's not a lot of heals to come through. Lava Lily's making the most of this, getting that push forward, although now they're in the same situation. They're losing health on their tank. Pasta push forward, ult has been used, and now the Diva Bomb as well to reset. Felix just immediately trying to reset into this fight. Lava Lily still pushing forward, and KCMX, they are finding their ways. Queen Bee goes down, Saturn trade, Hollow falls as well, but now there's no supports left for Lava Lilies.
We are in overtime, so this is playing touch and go on the objective, trying to keep our teammates alive, but we did find the opportunities to eliminate Tangerine. However, we've lost Pasta. It is Soria against the world here on the objective. Can anyone come in and help? We banned the hammer onto the Bastion, so Sandbox got eliminated. We even flashbang Felix Felices. In comes Caramel with the Dragon Blade. Finds Holo Can't Aim. Sori was eliminated, but our Brigitte is now here to help out our Genji. That the whip could be huge to get people off this objective.
Diva's now here as well. Lava Lilies, they're still holding on. Rally has been used. There's a lot of HP on these members that have been able to stick around, and the point is almost taken, but the respawns are quick enough that we're seeing resets from KCMX, but they're losing members fast again. Both supports gone. Felix also going low, will pop out of the mech, and Baby Diva will fall shortly after Saturn, the last member up. Now finally in comes the Judo again, but just goes down immediately. Lava Lilies able to make it to the final point in overtime.
Ooh, I mean, that is cutting it close. If that is, that's the closest literally you can get it in this instance. So we've got no time left on the clock for Lava Lilies. We are looking at basically what's going to occur now is we end up having Kaiju Core actually fully push it all the way in as well. If Kaiju Core has more than a minute on the clock, then that means Lava Lilies is on their last life. However, if we can get Kaiju Core down to under a minute or no time left at all, then both teams will battle it out for an opportunity to actually go and fight the objective all over again. If it's under a minute, then we add time until there is 1 minute on the clock for the team that is the lowest, and then however much time was added gets added to the other team as well. So with that in mind, if you're Lava Lilies currently, your job is to drag out as many fights as humanly possible. I feel like Kings Row, when you're this equally matched, you're guaranteed that you're going to end up hitting 3 objectives no matter what. We have to give respect on both sides. So how do you make these fights super long? Well, you play to have as many fights as possible, and that's identifying when your fight is lost and resetting as quick as possible. And I feel like that's something Lilies have struggled with. So hopefully they can fix that as we go into the second half of this match here on Kings Row.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Obviously, just being able to reach that final point alone does take a lot of pressure off Lava Lily's back. It's like, okay, even if we lose this final round here, we do go into like overtime, and we're gonna be, you know, competing once again no matter what. But you know, KCMX, it's kind of again just pressure on them. They struggle sometimes if they're not in complete control. They do start to fall apart. So we'll see where teams are going to go in terms of our compositions. I'm unsure exactly what we'll see. The Ramatra looked pretty good early on for KCMX. Will Lava Lilies try to do the same, or will they switch things up?
Ready for battle.
Well, Pasta is sticking with my battle cattle. I'm here for that. As with Felix Felice is sticking with old reliable of going with Diva. Now, Sandbox God, she's actually transitioning over to the Sombra, which means we're going to be playing for a lot of disruption. And the name of the game is pulling attention. If you don't got no giddy out of my way, that is what Pasta is saying. But that is what Casey is going to be looking to do. And Sandbox God, in conjunction with that, is pulling attention so that Saturn can find these headshot opportunities. Thank you for the reminder, Pasta. We greatly appreciate the public service that you provide to us. Remember, look both ways while crossing the street.
I was not prepared. We didn't see the Sombra taken here by KCMX. Sandbox God looking for the off angles, and a Pharah coming in as well, but it is going directly into that Cassidy. So Lava Lilies, I'm not sure if they were prepared for this or if they just wanted to run the Cassidy alone. Regardless, they do have the counter too.
We did previously see Pharah get pulled out. I want to say it was actually by KCMX earlier, yesterday. So I'm not fully flabbergasted by the fact that we are ready by Sari coming in with the Cassidy gameplay in this instance, pulling out that Wild West Gunslinger. Pasta also on the Battle Cattle, I feel like does create an oppressive force against the Pharah as well. I mean, a lot of people be like, oh, it's you go Diva to deal with the Pharah. Well, Azaria, I feel like, can deal with the Pharah. If the Pharah is not good at maintaining their altitude, then a Sigma can as well. I think the ones you really struggle with dealing with Pharah is going to be, i.e. a Zarya or a Reinhardt. Now, speaking of Zarya, we have transitioned over to the Zarya instead, playing that rock, paper, scissors game here with the tanks. Let's see if this one works out. We've expunged both our bubbles as well as the Hyper Ring. We gained space, but the tug-of-war game's already begun, losing Sandbox God and Pasta. With both of them gone, these teams are in a little bit of hot water, more specifically Pasta's squad, because your front line has been deleted.
Yeah, that is a problem. Sari's gonna go down, and Stagger is kind of coming through at this point. Sari going down just Pasta going down just the real big determiner there, as Pasta's still getting back into the fight, has swapped over to the Ramatra as well. KCMX are still fighting this out and trying to gain as much ground as possible as they push this payload forward.
We need to be careful going past Bookstore, though, because it's always going more than 2 corners away from whomever's pushing the payload puts you in disadvantage as opposed to an advantage. Now, we did lose Standard and we lost Tycho, so Lava Lilies, they're going to continue to go forward as much as they can, considering they took down one and another was on the objective. So that was a great retake and tempo control, but I don't think they were anticipating Tangerine. Our a support who's unafraid to hit their Q button at interesting times, hitting that to make sure their team's sustained, but I do think that we could have saved it for our next engagement. When we're hitting our S keys this hard currently, if you're Lava Lilies, you just need to continue to do it. You lost Tycho, and at that point, there was no sustaining in that fight.
Yeah, as... I don't know how
I was
how
not
we've
ready for
gotten
that.
to this point, but we are seeing now, you know, Lava Lilies, they're hitting the reset, right? Like that was the thing we wanted to see from them. They've been, you know, straggling it a little bit too one at a time, and now they're fully hitting the reset. They're just getting ready for this next fight so that it could be just a full 5v5. And at the very minimum, I'm happy to see that level of improvement. Rally going to be used immediately, followed by the hack there, and the ult from the, oh my goodness, Felix opening up the fight, and it's already over.
I mean, we hit the Graviton Surge from Felix Felicis, and the floodgates just opened up from there on out. We also hit the... we ended up using EMP Blast at the same time. I'm not positive if that was entirely necessary, but ensuring the fight was won, I respect it.
Successful.
Yeah, plus making sure that that fight ended then and there. Over 4.5 minutes on the clock is massive, absolutely huge. So now the question is, how do we keep this up? Also, yesterday, I will point out, KCMX did have to swap Saturn off of this Pharah because Pharah didn't get enough protections. We had to use Nano to protect them, but now we have a bubble. It goes on cooldown really fast. I like the adjustments from KCMX, but once your bubbles are gone and we have an Annihilation running you in the face, there is nothing you can do as far as a contingency plan beyond get out of dodge with your Lucio. However, your contingency, your plan B, also got eliminated. So that's a full reset for KCMX.
And, you know, big stop here for Lava Lilies, one they've desperately needed. Now, we are seeing the Reaper come out, and we'll see if KCMX can do anything with that. Sorry, immediately getting ripped here and has to back away. Caramel doing the same here, gets some heals, has the blade out, is going hard with it, gets Saturn, but that is not enough. Sorry, and Caramel are gone. It is just the supports and the tanks, but KCMX, they have lost 3 members here. It is just the D.Va and Tangerine, and they are going to back away and reset once again. While they have a lot of time to play with, they are definitely starting to burn through it a little bit.
From 4 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock down to 3 minutes and 9 seconds. What we're looking at now is roughly 3 fights. I do have faith in their ability to pull this back in their favor. Now they have the tools. They use the orbital strike early. They're also really close to a Death Blossom from Sandbox God, who's made this Reaper swap before this engagement. And they did find Tycho, our Baptiste, so our largest portion sustained for Lava Lilies is now gone. We have to burn almost 3 minutes off the clock for Lava Lilies. We're swapping over to more sustaining heroes, but we need to get someone on the objective to start stalling it out, and hopefully no one passes away to this incoming Death Blossom.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. We do see already Sandbox is taken down. Sorry, Tycho falling as well. Lava Lilies in trouble here, and if they give this up, that's a lot of time on the clock for the next round. But it is tough to stop here. We're still seeing a lot of health bars go down. There is the Death Blossom hitting hard. There will be Sandbox God going down, but not before Caramel and Pasta fall in the meantime. And there's nobody left for Lava Lilies. That's 2 minutes on the clock for the next round.
Okay, so that's 2 minutes for them to take 33% of the objective. This is how hybrid maps become both insanely long or very painful to deal with, because there was no time left on the clock for Lava Lilies and we had over a minute for Kaiju Core. Kaiju Core is the one to have one more attack. Lava Lilies will not get that opportunity, so we need to have a near perfect defense from Lava Lilies. This is 2.5 fights where they can't lose a soul. They have to ult first. They need to be advantageous with their positioning, and they need to play as though their life depends on it.
It is going to be a lot of time that Lava Lilies have to buy here. Very possible, but with how strong KCMX looked in that first push in the last round, it is gonna be tough. So will Lava Lilies be up to the task? And they don't have a lot of room to give too, is the problem. Lava Lilies kind of just have to do whatever they can.
I'm not counting them out yet. We've seen... Okay, thanks, production. Look, I don't know how to approach that. Anyway, I like the swap that we have coming out here, the Mei. This gives us a little bit more stall ability. Granted, yes, you could stagger yourself or get yourself eliminated very fast if you go into cryo freeze at the wrong time, but I trust Caramel to do the exact opposite of that. However, Saturn coming in on this Widowmaker, playing from the low ground. Again, we saw this yesterday. This is their MO. They prefer to play for the low ground early on and go in with their team and then transition to high. However, the issue here is Lava Lilies. We've lost Sari.
Oh, no.
We're trying to get a foothold on the objective. We have
no.
it. The toe is in, just pushed down and up. Tycho, Queen Bee, gone. Pasta is the one who is here with Caramel. It is Caramel gone. Pasta is our last man standing, and unfortunately, she cannot sustain. That is going to be King's Row going to KCMX.
Yeah, that is tough. Lava Lilies just did not have any way to push back there. It was as soon as they lost ground, KCMX did not give an inch. As we're gonna take a look at Sandbox God, just gonna be popping in, just throwing out damage, kind of just ignored here this play of the game, and did give KCMX their victory here. So congratulations there. We are at 2-0. We're not done yet. Again, you look at these score lines, Lava Lilies are still fighting hard, but KCMX are now just one match away from a grand finals victory.
They are. We're gonna be moving on to Clash, I believe, is what. Yeah. So, well, it's actually, I think it's Clash or Flashpoint. They have the opportunity to choose, but everyone has chosen Clash. Oh, apologies. It's Clash for next one, and then Flash or Push for the next one. So yes, we're all going to Clash. Now you have the option of going to Throne of Anubis, which I haven't seen on broadcast yet, or we can go to Hanaoka, or we just were. But I think we actually might end up giving these teams a little bit more time to discuss that. What do you think, Thousand Eyes?
Yeah, we are going to give them a little bit of time to reset, and especially for Lava Lilies to just figure out what they need to do next to get themselves out of this hole. We are going to send it to a quick break in the meantime, guys, but do not go anywhere. We need to see if KCMX close it out in this next round, or if we're going to be taking it further to a possibly 5-game series. We'll be right back after this.
Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Cash and the ticket is yours. Yo. Cash and the ticket is yours. Got lots of love. Love. Got lots of love. Love. Got lots of love. Love. Got lots of love. Love.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are in the middle of our grand finals. Once again, I'm Thousand Eyes, that is Dirty Bird, and we are currently on match point here. KCMX up 2-0. Not a clean 2-0 in any way, shape, or form, but right now they are looking at just a victory in Clash to be able to claim victory in the tournament as a whole.
And you said it earlier on the broadcast, Thousand Eyes, and I want to touch on that, which is how Clash works. And you said, in your opinion, based off what you've seen, and I have to agree with this, the team that wins that first objective, and it's kind of like King of the Hill here, is going to be the team that ultimately ends up winning. While it is a tug of war, it's supposed to be a back and forth, the team that ends up losing that first one, when it's right in front of their spawn doors, typically will win that and start winning back the map. But as soon as we hit that B objective, things start getting pushed back against that squad. So with that in mind, honestly, when we were on King of the Hill earlier, KCMX was a little bit more put together, but they still struggled. Lava Lilies was fighting back. There was a lot of instances where it looked like Lava Lilies, especially on our final map, was going to pull things back in their favor, but it ultimately came down to Holo can't aim with a heckin' sound barrier that was the deal breaker, the change of the thing that changed the tides in favor of KCMX. So here on Hanaoka, where everything's extremely fast-paced, you have to there's a huge distance to go, and there's no mounts in this game, unlike Smite. That distance you have to go after getting eliminated, if it's not the middle objective, gets farther and further. That is why when you're on the losing end and you're right in front of your spawn doors, things get a little bit easier because of how far the enemy spawn is. It's still a side effect of 2 CP.
I think what scares me the most is that KCMX has, at least historically in this series, come out stronger more often. They have looked stronger in the first push than Lava Lilies almost every time. And the problem with that is what we have seen. When you start losing in this mode, you seem to keep losing. So if that's going to change, I think it would be Lava Lilies that be able to do that. But KCMX have always looked stronger, and that scares me going into this.
Well, let's see if Pasta can do what Pasta attempted at the very beginning of Hanaoka in our previous series, which was to spear spin some people off the map. Did not successfully do it, and I think with the amount of mobility we have here coming from KCMX, we won't see that this time around. I was wanting some juicy environmentals. However, we might get some cutoff play happening because we have Caramel once again on this Mei, and those ice walls can be devastating. We do spear spin Diva. She ends up losing her mech, and I think she's falling off the map. No, she gets flashbanged instead by Sori and ends up getting eliminated.
That is really rough. Tangerine also extremely low, will go down, and that is a healer gone. Just the Lucio up, and Saturn will be next on the menu. Lava Lilies, they get their first push. They get the victory here when they really, really needed it.
Diva is opting to just stay on the other side of this barricade, understanding that if I go in there, it's a death sentence. I don't want to lose my mech. I don't want to get myself staggered, because then it guarantees that my team loses this next objective. Now pushing forward, Lava Lilies, we're staring down opportunities for Queen Bee to have this orbital ray ready to go well before Tangerine does. And if Queen Bee, if she hits this early, that could be a pivotal point here in favor of Lava Lilies rising to take objective B.
Ooh, Lava Lilies are pushing hard on this, but they're losing health fast. I think a little bit too hard of a push to try and get on this B point. Now with 3 members gone, Queen Bee extremely low. Pasta left alone on the point, and KCMX, they get a solid defense here on point B.
Now we're gonna have to move back one objective. Let's see if it's gonna go in favor of Lava Lilies Rising. Now all the check marks really are favoring KCMX. I honestly had foreseen Lava Lilies being the ones in this situation. Now we're gonna, here we go, Tangerine hitting the orbital ray. Queen Bee also doing the exact same thing. No one's been eliminated just yet, but no one's health bars are going down because of the healing that comes out of these orbital rays. So, Sari's going to hit the Deadeye, ends up finding Holocan Aim and Sandbox God with her eliminated. I think that's going to be the fight going in favor of Lava Lilies Rising.
Again, this mid-map is just so good for them. They've been able to find the wins, and that Deadeye, like you said, taking out Holocan Aim right from the start. So big, and yeah, KCMX, they do get their win back, but Lava Lilies, they've looked strong on this midpoint.
Circling back to how you mentioned it earlier, though, it really, how many points are you having to give up to gain back a point? If you're always gaining the point second, then that means the team that's poised to win is technically right now Lava Lilies if this trend keeps up. If it just keeps going between A and B, and the first team to win was going in favor of Lava Lilies, Casey, you need to make some magic happen, and that's winning two map points in a row. Now we waited for our cooldowns. That sine wave in the favor of Lava Lilies right now as they use two ultimates to try and get in here. They managed to do it. They find Tangerine and Sandbox God.
Tangerine and Sandbox God gone, but Sari has fallen as well. They still have the ult from Pasta. The blade with the sound barrier was not enough to win this fight outright, and now Felix losing mech is a big problem. There is no frontline. Genji on the side getting pushed out as well. Saturn so low HP, survives just barely, and now we're seeing them actually get pushed back. Lava Lilies starting to spread a little bit thin. The revives are coming in from KCMX, and they're actually starting to get the win at this fight.
We're gonna hit the Terror Surge. Pasta's gonna put everyone into the spinner, unfortunately. Did not find any eliminations. Instead, Pasta is actually the one sent back to spawn. May comes in, hits the cryo freeze on point. Caramel staggers themselves, and that is going to be objective B, going in favor of KCMX. Things are just repeating themselves. Now we're gonna meander and waddle our way back over to objective A, and let's see, Lava Lilies Rising, as we only have Orbital Ray and Deadeye, the two things that changed this objective earlier in our favor. Will we hit them first and be more successful than the Orbital Ray coming from Tangerine and Sandbox God's Pulse Bomb?
I mean, the thing is, if we keep going back and forth, that's just a win for Lava Lilies, right? There has to be something changed, because Lava Lilies will hit 5 points first. Here comes the Orbital Ray. KCMX pushing them into the quarter. Sorry, winning this one, and it's happening again. DPS is gone. KCMX, they're falling apart. Lava Lilies know this C point so well that they're just able to cap it every time.
I mean, the story is, it has not changed in any capacity here. Oh, it does look like we had an oopsie whoopsie occur. Someone's cat jumped on the router, spilled water on their keyboard. I don't know what have you, but I'm going to say that map's going over to Lava Lilies. And if anyone wants to present a counter argument, well, hold up, let me open the chat room. You now have a couple of seconds to try and present the counter argument, and I promise you I'm not actually going to be taking anything here, because Lava Lilies have that point set on for them. And so with that in mind, I think the next one's going to go in favor of KCMX, but at the ultimate, the 5th point, that's going to Lava Lilies, right?
Yeah, something has to change, and so far, nothing has. We have just gone back and forth. Now, if Lava Lilies can find, granted, I think Lava Lilies have looked better on that point they've been trying to push than KCMX have looked trying to take that midpoint back. Because there's been points where it has gotten pretty darn close for Lava Lilies to actually win the fight. They just didn't win the extended portion of that fight. It was the resets that became a problem for Lava Lilies. If they can win a fight more handily, then all of a sudden Lava Lilies get a second win and they are way ahead in the points.
Well, yeah, but the issue comes with the idea of having to win that second, like 2 objectives back to back. It seems like the waves in which the ultimates are occurring right now, that is really not where KCMX is going to be favored. If they want to do that, honestly, they have to wholeheartedly eliminate Lava Lilies by using as minimal amount of ultimates as possible, because it is one fight type of territory to win win each of these objectives. It is, we use 3 ults, we win the fight, and then we use 2 ults and the enemy team uses 3 ults, so we end up losing. So it has to be a situation where we win a fight using 1 or no ultimates. And the situation that occurred earlier that we saw was we beat bladed. That was our 2 ults. And then in response, we had Lava Lilies use 3. But what ultimately allowed KCMX to be victorious, which was an objective that they should have been victorious on, it was objective B, was the fact that after the beat blade not working, they decided to get eliminated insanely fast and then let the sustain come through from the few extra people that could touch and stagger out enough to regain control on the objective. If they can do that again, and instead of spending 3 ults, spend just 2 and have 3 ults ready to go right at the beginning of objective A again, then yes, they can pull it back in their favor. But that is such a tough ask for any team.
It is. We're going to be getting back into the game here, and we'll see if the strats can change here. Lava Lilies holding out. Now, last time we saw them hold out, they waited for their speed boosts to be ready, and they just ran out into the open here, kind of also having to cover their back ends here as the Tracer looking for opportunities. Tangerine also back behind, and here comes the push. Lava Lilies looking to go in. Rally is being used as well. Blade from Saturn on the back end, but there is a Blizzard to keep in mind as well. Sorry, already has gone down. This is a different fight, at least from the last point. Genji's still getting in, and now Lava Lilies are falling apart almost immediately. Not going to be getting this fight, and it is going to be KCMX taking the point once again.
We're not Natasha Bedingfield right now, though. This wasn't unwritten. This is what we anticipated. We predicted that this would be their fight, but now look at what's going to be happening for the next objective. This is where I was questioning things. Can we have 3 ultimates online and ready to go to take objective A again to equalize things? But losing Holo can't aim is devastating. That means we need to hit these ults even faster. In response, we find Tycho. We're hitting the self-destruct to gain some breathing room. It's not going to find any eliminations, but it will buy us time to get Holo back and prevent the huge health pool that we lost on D.Va. Sori is going to be eliminated. This is what I wanted from KCMX. We hit 1 ult. Can we sustain through it? May goes in and crowd freezes on point. Sandbox God has the pulse bomb. Orisa, it's Pasta back away from the point.
Uh-oh.
KCMX has turned things in their favor.
They haven't capped the point yet. Lava Lilies are still considering if they want to touch on this, but I don't know if they have the time to now. Yeah, no, they're pushing it now, but this is too late. They're going to lose this point, and now Pasta's just going to go down for nothing. That's a major stagger you cannot have happen at this point.
That was a devastating move to be done by the Lava Lilies, and unfortunately, that opting to dive in too late, like you were mentioning it, like are they gonna come in? No, they're not going to. And I even said nuh-uh, and right as I say that, that is kind of like the internal Overwatch gamer in me saying it's too late, we can't go in. And instead Pasta was like, I'll show you what too late is, and unfortunately I think Murphy's Law took place. Now Queen Bee's gotta hit this orbital ray. Opportunity for Lava Lilies to come in. We also hit the Blizzard. Holo can't aim is eliminated. That's the first one who got eliminated last time too, but we also find Sandbox God. This is pivotal right now for Lava Lilies to sustain and stay in this game. They need to win this objective and win the next one. They cannot hit any more ultimates. They need all 3 of these for the next one.
This is huge. This is actually really, really big. Like you said, 3 ultimates on the table. They cap the point, and guess what point we're going back to? We're going back to point C, the one that Lava Lilies have looked the strongest at, and see if they can take the retake. Like you said, their ult economy is in a much better place. They could just rip it right out the gate here. Although there is the blade being used by Saturn. Rally used in response to stun, and the blade is not getting anything done. Now, KCMX, they've gone in a little bit too early. Hellfires are going down. Tangerine almost down. Both Tangerine and Saturn have fallen. Felix is next, and Lava Lilies look like they're about to win it. It is just Sandbox alive. The point will be grabbed. It'll be the 5th point, and Lava Lilies Rising are going to take map number 3 and make this a series.
sandbox. She almost made it in, but Sari was headhunting. However, Saturn has swapped the Sombra.
Okay.
Translocates in. Holo got a touch, but they both get eliminated, and one got whip shot off point. Lava Lilies finally finding the opportunity to get a foothold in this series in map number 3, the make or break point. Bring themselves back up from the brink of destruction to continue on here in the grand finals.
I mean, like, we got a series now. We finally got a series. Saturn with the play of the game. The Genji was a nuisance this game, but it was not enough because Lava Lilies Rising, like we said, those retakes, they were able to get that midpoint so many times, but it looked like they finally faltered, and KCMX were going to take the championship away. Lava Lilies, they got their defense, and we went back to that same point that they knew, and they showed that they knew it. 2-1 now on the score, and Lava Lilies with the momentum now.
All right, so now it's Flashpoint or it's Push, and that is going to be up to KCMX to decide. I think this is a situation that KCMX has not found themselves in at least this entire tournament series thus far. They've been the ones just responding to the map picks. Typically, it's been sweeps in their favor, but Lava Lilies, they've made adjustments, they've adapted, they've come back stronger than they were when we saw them yesterday, and they're going toe-to-toe with KCMX and showing why they deserve to be in these grand finals just as much as KC does.
Yeah, Lava Lilies obviously have had a bit of a rough time this match, but they've been able to get themselves back in, and I'm so glad that we have a series. I said during the break, I was like, I really hope we do not just have a 3-0 and that we're done. I wanted to see us go the distance, and we are going to push here. So it is going to be push, which I like push. I know I am not the Overwatch person here. I'm not the big Overwatch personality here. I like push.
I mean, okay. I like the idea of push, and again, it's another tug of war style of gameplay, but the one thing that I wish is that we had some more maps. We're finally getting a little bit of things added in. I mean, for a while, for like a year and a half, we only had 2 maps. No, we had 3 maps. We had New Queen Street, Coliseo, and Esperanza. But it felt like most of the time, only Esperanza existed. Now, finally, we have a new map thrown in. We got some more flavors in our Jolly Rancher bag, and we have Runasapi. Runasapi is a map that I feel like is very dynamic. There's a lot of opportunities to do some weird things on it, but I also think it's very punishing. It's one of the most, I think, is the most punishing push map there is, and that's why I don't like it. I like dive compositions, and you get heavily punished for pathing wrong on dive comps, and Runasapi is a map that will do that to you. Tessa, I think you're muted.
I am muted. I'm a fool. I muted the cough because I'm trying to like be respectful so I don't cough.
No, you're good. I honestly, I was like, wait, did I just? I clicked over real fast, and I was like, did I hit something on my end? And I was like, oh no. And then I saw the mute button. And I was like,
yeah,
I'm just gonna at least say
that's my bad. Regardless, on push, we have Silly Robot, which makes me happy. So you can have all your logistical, analytical reasons for disliking push. I have the silly, happy robot guy who's just happy to be there. So who really wins at the end of the day?
My argument's invalidated right there. I mean, the TS1 bot is super cute too. Like, for those who don't know, most people know at this point, you can sit there and you can be like, hello to the bot, and it will actually wave back and say hi. I think that's adorable that they have that built into the game. It's just like the bots that you have in the training range. Those ones will wave. TS1 will not wave. He's got a job to do. He's pushing the barricade. But I digress. I love the TS1 bot. I think it's cute. I adore it. However, the game mode is very unforgiving. We'll have to see, can Lava Lilies continue to push forward here? With Runasapi being picked by KCMX, I think that's an intentional, like, shot done by them, because it is the newest map here in the push rotation. They've practiced it. They want it to be their secret weapon. They don't want to have to be in this situation, but they know what they have to do, and that's go Runasapi, because typically newer maps tend to be avoided by some teams with the idea of, oh, the one-off chance we'll play it. We'll end up losing maybe. Maybe we'll win, but we don't have to force it to be an issue. We can just be good at everything and then eventually make our way back to being good at Runasapi when we can work it into our rapport more.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just like, how comfortable are you being uncomfortable? Is look at that happy orange. I think that's an orange.
I mean, we have some. That is most definitely an orange. There
Listen,
ain't no way it's not an orange.
Listen, I would rather be unsure than confidently say something wrong, right? That could be a tangerine.
It could be, but considering we have orange in production, and I'm pretty sure that was Orange's camera. That's my Where's Waldo orange moment, and it just happened to fit in.
My bad, Orange. As we are getting underway here, and already KCMX gonna gain control around the bot here. Has not unlocked yet, but they are gaining that pressure here as Lava Lilies want to play from a little bit of a lower angle here to move up here.
Still running out on the competition with the Juno, coming out for Lava Lilies, and Tycho on the Brigida. On the flip side of that, we have Holocat Aim once again rekindling the mantle of the Lucio, my frog boy, my wall ride to safety and freedom type of hero. They're also opting to go with this Diva, and typically some people will say that, you know, Diva will counter Orisa. I feel like you can force the round shape into the square hole if you are good enough at doing it in these instances. So yeah, Orisa can still be played against Diva. You just make sure Defense Matrix just got used before you throw the spear out instead of not knowing if it was used. But unfortunately for Saturn, Whip Shot was still in the back pocket for Tycho, and Saturn got punished for it.
Yeah, and that does mean now we're gonna see Happy Little Bot Boy going over to Lava Lilies and helping them push a little bit further here. Still have a lot of time to go here as we'll see how, obviously, like you said, Lava Lilies kind of did not pick this map, and this is one of the newer maps, so how comfortable are they as we continue to push forward here? There is ult being used, and already Tycho and Sari are gone. Lava Lilies on the defensive, and will they continue to fight this one out? Does seem like they will, at least partially here. They're going to push this as far as they can before the team goes down and try to at least gain an even push here, so both teams about even on how far they've gotten.
We're now currently waiting on Pasta to spawn back up with the rest of the team. Now looking at the ult economy, Caramel has Blizzard online, Sori has this Deadeye. We also are very close to Terra Surge, and we confirm that we have Rally. On the flip side, for Kaiju Core, we're going to be coming up on Attack Visor, Pulse Bomb, Self-Destruct, and we're dangerously close in playing with fires in regards to this beat. So Sound Barrier being online could be huge to help us sustain through one of the DPS ults from Lava Lilies as Tycho opts to hit that Q first, and we find Sandbox God and return them to spawn. So now it's an opportunity for Lava Lilies to take the push bot and continue forward.
Yeah, Lava Lilies getting the win back here, and they're going to move forward on their push again. And we'll see if it's going to go back and forth like we saw with Flash, although Stick does get on Pasta, who does not really care too much about it. KCMX so looking for their angle, but beat is going to be used. It's not used on a whole lot of members here, and I don't know how much it's really gained. Blizzard and Deadeye used, and the Deadeye is successful. Tangerine and Hollow are gone. That's the supports out for KCMX, and the rest of the team about to follow. Lava Lilies, they have been able to wrest control of this bot away, but they have lost Caramel and Tycho in the process.
But that I say, KCMX had lost Holo and Tangerine in the process and had no choice but to back up. So I think, you know, pushing forward a little bit is great, but we're not spy checking. We're not looking for Saturn. Saturn has gotten away with so much every single game when they're playing Tracer. She's just not getting enough love from the enemy team, I feel like. So maybe someone needs to give her some as Pasta comes in with the Terra Surge, taking down Holo. Will the Orbital Strike be enough to keep, will Orbital Ray be enough to keep up the rest of KCMX without their Lucio? I think so. Never mind, I'm wrong. Saturn's gone.
Saturn's go down. Sandbox is gone. I think you may have been wrong on this one. KCMX gonna have to back away and not really be successful in that either. So Lava Lilies once again gaining control, and now they're gonna finally get a push to match what has happened on the opposite side. So Lava Lilies not going down without a fight.
Sorry about that one. KCMX, I may or may not have cast or cursed you. I really thought the Orbital Ray would help you sustain. It has in the past. It's just this instance it was not as successful, and I am sorry. If you watch this VOD back in the future, I will take full blame for that incident. And
I believe they have paused the game to tell you this directly. I think they're upset about it. They're gonna pause it. No, we'll figure out the reason of the pause.
Paucity seed.
We do have a disconnect for Lava Lilies, so you know, maybe happenstance. You know, KCMX do now get the opportunity to respond, but Lava Lilies will get their player back in, and they have gotten forward spawns here. So I will keep you safe, Dirty. I will make sure they can't reach you.
Thank you.
You're safe
Thank
here.
you. I appreciate it. Okay, so let's talk about Lava Lilies having forward spawn. Honestly, I'll be frank. I was nervous for Lava Lilies on this map. I don't have any bias against or for either team. I just want people to have fun in these events. That is what I want. However, I think the most fun comes for both teams in grand finals when we do go to a map 5, because it shows that they're fighting as much as possible. They're putting a bunch of effort in. Both teams are showing maximum respect to each other to play it out as far as you can. And so yeah, right now, these last 2 maps, I have been in the camp of Team Lava Lilies because I want them to bring it to a map 5. At map 5, it's anybody's game, but my internal caster is like, we need a map 5. Make it as exciting, as fun, as engaging as humanly possible for these players. And right now, Lava Lilies, they are doing just that. I was scared. I was worried. It's like Runasapi's the newest push map that could spell disaster. But Pasta and company, they are more than comfortable. But Pasta did have a moment where, I don't know, they DC'd a little bit. Maybe they grabbed a snack. Let's come back in and see how they're doing with these forward spawns. Sori is in a one-on-one with Sandbox God, but you know, you have a healing pad, Sandbox God, so you're automatically having the advantage.
Yeah, bomb does actually hit from Felix, so that's Tycho going down as well. Lava Lilies, they're still pushing, but they are feeling the effects of it. Felix and Hollow have both gone down, so with the tank gone, KCMX can't make the push, maybe get the opportunity here. Saturn gonna take down Queen Bee, and this is the staggers that we didn't want to see for Lava Lilies. KCMX will now gain that bot back and start pushing the other direction.
We've also opted to pop the rally early, and also Saturn on this Pharah. I like to see it on wide open maps like this though, without natural cover being around you, Saturn. It could get a little bit rougher, so you have to play these angles very succinctly and in a manner that keeps you alive. So Felix has to be weary of Saturn. She needs to make sure that Saturn has cover during ultimates. That's what you bring to the table when you play a Pharah. But we have Caramel saying, I don't care if you're the eye in the sky. You can't see me when I'm pathing through a building. Drops the Blizzard, manages to get people a little bit of space, but no eliminations were found off that ultimate from Lava Lilies.
Yeah, it was a Blizzard that pushed people away. It did not gain a whole lot. There's the ult from the Orisa, as now Sandbox God is firing freely here. 3 members already gone, a 4th one to fall, and Pasta gonna go next. Major play there in KCMX. Get the team kill, and we'll push back the other direction.
And as soon as they cross this midway point, as we're pushing back towards the Lava Lilies, they will take away the forward spawns for that squad. But that doesn't entirely matter for this fight in particular, because all of Lava Lilies has respawned, and also Pasta has decided to fight fire with fire. Will Liquid Luck be better at playing Diva than Pasta in this instance? I don't know. However, Pasta, I hope you're aware, Saturn has Rocket Barrage, and Saturn is known for hate criming.
Saturn looking for the angle, not able to get it, so we'll just have to back away. Lava Lilies definitely trying to contest this at the very minimum. There is that Rocket Barrage, like you said. Tycho gonna go down, and 1 member gone. Beat used as well. KCMX are on the power play, and they have power in spades. Diva gonna go down next, and Lava Lilies will lose the fight. But all of this time has been used not getting any push, not getting any further on this map here, as they will get the forward spawns, and Lava Lilies have a chance to respond, but Lava Lilies still have the lead at the moment.
Also, my concern, so as much as I love my flying justice that is Pharah, the issue that comes with, instead of dedicating a resource, we dedicate an ult to keeping our Pharah alive through their ultimate, such as Nano, or in this instance, Holo can't aim, hitting the sound barrier, is now we're down sound barrier, we're down our safety net, so Holo's going to get eliminated. Pharah no longer will have aura in the air to keep them alive as well, so Saturn, she's going to be in a more desolate situation, having to play safer and be careful, or directly in this beam, as we have Caramel getting eliminated by Saturn, that Pharah player, and even Lucio. Holo can't aim, got an assist on that. Sorry, though, walking in with the Deadeye. Walk strong, gets to, Sorry is eliminated. Sandbox can't aim, goes down to Pasta, and it looks like even Felix Felicia says, nah, this one ain't it. Jumps off the edge of the map in pilot form and waits to respawn with the rest of the squad. But that forward spawn, again, it's gone, and we're waiting on 2 spawns. If we can cross this barrier before those 2 come out, and we do, oh no, I think that was moments. I don't know if they spawned with them or farther away. That was too close to call just from this angle.
But even without that, it is still Lava Lilies in the lead. We have a minute left, and this bot is very far forward. Obviously, you can push pretty hard, but there is Caramel with the ult. Sorry and Tycho go down immediately, though. They were not ready for this fight. Tangerine is gone. Hollow can't aim, falls as well. It is a 2v3. Caramel not investing the Blizzard on this, and it is 1 member left in Pasta, who will go into the Diva form and immediately get taken down. But the bot has to get pushed all the way back, which gives time for the respawns.
Almost to the halfway point currently for Kaiju Core to get the bot to the midsection. It would be huge at least to get them to progress forward. But the issue is that all of Lava Lilies Rising is respawn. They're there, they're alive, they're ready, they're kicking, they're good to go. Sandbox is the one I'm staring at right now for Kaiju Court. I want to see Felix Felicitas facilitate their Soldier 76, because this Visor in conjunction with the Diva being a Spirit Guard could be huge, but they read it like a book. Every letter of the novel was taken away just now by Caramel. With the Blizzard, we hit the self-destruct, but Felix Felicis is gonna get eliminated. Queen Bee, Tycho, boom boing for Lava Lilies. Pasta, dangerously low. Has to hit the self-destruct to stay alive, get Toki back. It's a crush on Saturn!
Oh! Lava Lilies, they stay alive, and we are in overtime. They already have the lead. It's already over. Lava Lilies are gonna take map number 4 and take us to a 5th map.
In the best way possible. That was insanely hard fought, but I am so happy that Lava Lilies took that one. That was insane. Well executed. I do see some people in chat that are rooting for Lava Lilies as well, so thank you. Also, the people that are rooting for KCMX, we also appreciate it. Again, at the end of the day, we want success for all the players involved, and that comes in the form of being good sports and having a good time and being here to support your friends and those that you like to watch game. But my wish has been granted. I mean, I have no biases from here on out. This final one, which is arguably the most difficult to deal with. I think Escort actually is one of the hardest map types in Overwatch, and I say that just because there are some maps that are so difficult to deal with that rarely, if ever, on broadcast with equally matched teams do you see it go past the first objective or make it all the way to the first objective. And yes, I'm staring at Dorito right now. Like, Dorado is such an annoying map for teams to deal with that I feel like it is one that can be very punishing. Havana, a little bit of a 50-50 shot on that one, but I think if we see a map like Dorado or a derivative thereof, this could be an extremely hard-fought final map. What are your thoughts in regards to Escort maps, though?
I mean, I think what's interesting is just seeing how some of these teams handle the control point focused maps versus the maps where you are actually having to stick with an objective and push it along, because some of these teams really do like to get victories and then play forward and play aggressive and kind of choke out teams from even getting anywhere. But I think what has been interesting is those same teams have faltered a little bit when they've been at a point where they have to stick with an objective and can't commit their whole team to a fight, and they get overzealous. But we're gonna have to see here how these teams are gonna handle that, because we're gonna send it to a break before we get ready for our final map of the day, guys. Grand finals all the way to map 5. You can't ask for better, and we will show it to you after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. I hope you've got your popcorn, your drinks, get all comfy, because we are here for our final match. We have gone the distance to 5 maps. Again, I'm Thousand Eyes, that's Nerdy Bird. And Nerdy, I have been so ecstatic at the fact that we have made it to a 5th map that I cannot wait to get into this.
Well, okay. Oh, okay. Wow. All right. So I talked about it before we before we got to our break at the end of the map 4, which was Runasapi, and Lava Lilies won that. They also won Hanaoka, which Hanaoka is one of the newest map types of Clash, and then they won the newest push map of Runasapi, which is very interesting. But now we're going to an old reliable. We're going to Watchpoint Gibraltar for our final map here on Escort. Now keep in mind, this map type, I said that there are a few maps that I think can be extremely unforgiving when it comes to Escort, and Gibraltar, Gibby, is up there for one of those map types. It's not as bad as Dorado, but it definitely is painful. It's not as forgiving as, say, like Route 66, I feel like, or Havana, even if you know that you have snipers that can go toe to toe with one another. Ultimately, though, it's gonna be up to these teams. Do you have any like yay or nay in favor or against Watchpoint Gibraltar yourself, Thousand Eyes?
can't say I play enough Overwatch to have a healthy opinion. So I will follow your lead on that one. And whatever Nerdy says, you know what? That might be a bad idea. Not whatever Nerdy says, but most things Overwatch related, I'll stand by Nerdy with.
I appreciate you so much for supporting me on that call, Tessa. Now let's take
Floating
a look at
chairs. Whoa.
this. Hey, they're floating computers too. Hey, that chair over there actually looks like the chair I'm sitting in. That's kind of funny. Now, as we're looking at this, Lava Lily's rising. We have Sori thrown back in the mix, so we've taken out. My goodness, this is the issue with talking 1,000 miles an hour. But we've taken out one of our DPS in favor of Sori. I will figure out who the heck is missing here in just a moment. This is standard practice for me. But everyone else is going to be the same. Sandbox is going Torbjorn.
Okay.
I
So I
do
did pass
have
the match earlier
many,
today that had a Torbjorn in it.
many questions, but that's okay. Lilac is gone. I don't think Lilac will be making a reappearance at all, because unless Sori has a disconnect. Anyway, we have the classic TP over to the opposite high ground so that we don't have to use cooldowns to take this bridge. I like this pathing, and then you place your Tracer on point. Tracer gets to be the pseudo Lucio for this map in most instances and push the payload for quite some time until someone goes and challenges them. Pasta takes a lot of damage and just says nope and jumps out of town to stay alive. My concern now comes down to Brig and Ana up here by the Lonesomes. Hopefully they don't pull too much attention to themselves, or they could be in hot water.
Yeah, Pasta moving very far forward here. That high ground is very difficult to take, but point is getting pushed down below. So Saturn trying to head off what they can, but it does feel like it is a bit tough here as Lava Lily's now starting to gain ground on the top side. They have to keep Sori in mind because Sori does have that Widowmaker prepped and ready to go. One wrong move will be a pick that Lava Lily's we have seen be capable of doing a lot with.
Felix Felicis has dropped down on the opposite side of this high ground to stall out the payload, uses those boosters to get back up. I don't know if she was fully aware that Winston and company were in that tiny little hallway, but it manages to disengage fast enough to not lose Toki. Now we're jumping to take over Blue Box. This is a spot that a lot of teams, especially with Ana Brigida compositions, want to control. But with the Lucio in conjunction with the Juno here for KCMX, I don't think you need to fight for priority of that box as much as you would with the Brig Ana. Now this Torbjorn from Sandbox God gets to do a lot of damage and free reign because of how much pressure and how much resource would have to be given to this Lucio, given to Torb to actually find the elimination.
Yeah, and then Pasta getting in there on the Torbjorn, trying to do something here, but Pasta is a little bit left alone here. Needs to get some heals. Will be sticking around for a bit, but there is no ult, so there's no get out of jail free button. Pasta going very low HP, does not have line of sight to those healers, and Caramel also trying to help out. Bomb coming down, ults being used all around. Felix is going to go down to the stick after getting out of the mech, and that is a big loss, but it is not big enough because Lava Lilies lose every single other member, and KCMX are able to complete their hold right now.
All right, so we're coming up on the Molten Core coming out from Sandbox God. Saturn's going to have that duplicate ready to go, and Holo Can't Aim should theoretically also have the sound barrier ready. On the opposite side of things, Sori will have the infrared sights ready to go, which will give us some intel and maybe make people on the side of KCMX a little scared to swing wide angles. But Pasta with the Primal can force people into Sori's line of sight. Tycho coming up on this rally can push in conjunction with Caramel on the objective, but unfortunately losing Pasta this early most likely means we just need to reset, and unfortunately using infrared sights might have been for naught in this instance.
Saturn in trouble and will go down. Sori grabs the kill on that one. So a pick, but what can Lava Lilies do with this? It feels like they're playing very slow about it. Saturn's already back up and getting back over to the team. Is Payload gonna get pushed back a little bit?
I mean, Monkey, Primal, Objective with Rally. That is my suggestion.
Yeah, Molten Core is used a little bit early, and Caramel gonna go low, will stay alive. There is the Monkey ult going in. It's just keeping this Diva busy. Pasta not even touched here, as just running rampant as the rest of the team here for KCMX they are falling apart, and we do get the point all the way across. KCMX chased a little bit further in, and Lava Lilies going to continue their push on to this second point.
I am having memories of yesterday being brought back to the forefront of my mind, and that is, it wasn't Sandbox God, but it was someone else on the side of Paws Up who decided to go to Sombra shortly after dying a few too many times to Sorry. And Sorry, out of Invis, like 180 headshots to Sombra immediately. I don't know if that'll be the instance here, but we have Queen Bee also eliminating Saturn very early on here in this engage, and then Sandbox God getting eliminated. That's a reset for KCMX. And you know, earlier you asked what can they do, and the answer I said was just Primal Rage and Rally on the point, and that's all they did. But now we only have Nano for Lava Lilies.
Lava Lilies do need to find their answer though, because they are coming up on this next point. You could see how many people are up top here, and that may not be a good thing. Tycho and Tangerine are both down. Sorry, going low as well is going to get eliminated. Lava Lilies are losing HP bars fast. Pasta falls, and that's the frontline gone. Lava Lilies got to reset after this push.
Honestly, I think when it comes... Oh! Okay, Caramel. I thought you were about to cook something. It's okay that you didn't. When it comes to this objective here, this is a little bit more difficult to maintain or engage on depending on the comp. Because these teams are very equally matched with the sine waves that exist here, it comes down to outplaying and outsmarting. Now, we nearly did here. Our attacking squad, very close to fully capping. You can see how close that payload is. Caramel just needs to find the opportunity to get in, but they're doubly paying attention. You can see 2 players are down on that low ground paying attention to the objective. Sorry, Queen Bee, both finding eliminations. That is dangerous territory now. We dedicated 2-player resources to the payload as opposed to 1 player and then spending the rest of our resource on looking at individuals. No one was looking at the Widowmaker.
Not gonna be tough here. Lava Lilies going for their push. They only have 40 seconds left, and Pasta going very far forward. Sorry, losing HP, getting focused here, is gonna have to back away. Caramel goes down. KCMX are still healthy as can be, except for Sandbox God, who just gets sniped. Sorry goes down in response, and Lava Lilies, they cannot find their opportunity. They will fall back once again, and they are staggering really hard for a team that only has 10 seconds left here.
Now, guys, gals, non-binary pals, I need to make it very clear. Right now, I'm rooting for the Lava Lilies to make it all 3 points. They come in with this Nano boost. They lose Caramel. They have lost Queen Bee. Then Nano allows Pasta to survive long enough to get the self-destruct. Remix on point. That is our second Goomba Stomp from Pasta, by the way. Finds Holo can aim. Sandbox God's eliminated. Tycho has come in with the Brigida. Hits the rally. The extra armor that comes through is just enough, I think, to help the team sustain a little bit longer. And the Lava Lilies just need to take care of these last 2 players on the objective. It is just Winston right now. Felix Felicis is gone. Lucio gets a touch. Sandbox God, she is still there. And with that, they will take the second objective. Now I just need them to get the third.
What? How did Lava Lilies get away with that? I thought we were done. It was just the D-ball on the point. Gets the bomb, gets the reback, and like you said, the Goomba Stomp. Just for extra kills. Lava Lilies survived just long enough, and Tycho with a clutch rally to keep them alive. Now Lava Lilies, they have to push forward, and they have to continue going here. We're moving up to this final point. If they can get this final point, they are in a great spot going into the next round.
Like I said, I'm a Lava Lilies fan until the end of this half of the map. Let's see, can they do it? They're right now, though, Tangerine, one of our supportal combat players, has this orbital ray online and ready to go. As soon as they hit that, Lava Lilies need to disengage and play a little bit safer. Tangerine's looking for an opportunity to make this the most deadly ray possible. As D.Va engages, is perfect timing for just that.
Yeah, just going to be going in with the orbital ray, although it's not honestly getting a whole lot done. It doesn't feel like, at least. The Hollow Can't Aim goes down. Queen Bee falls as well, so it's 1 for 1 in terms of supports. Tycho going to burn the rally, and sorry, still looking for the angles here. The Brigida trying to lead the charge here as D.Va running into the back line. Pasta trying to do what they can. Felix going down. Tangerine has fallen, and now The health bars are going down. Hollow is going low. Sandbox already gone. Saturn in trouble, getting chased down. Lava Lilies might just be able to get this all the way in as long as they can deal with the staggers. Tangerine is going down again. Felix is gone. The front line is gone. Lava Lilies in control.
They still have a significant distance to overcome, though, considering the spawn doors are right there for KCMX, but these spawns are getting dragged out. We are in OT. Saturn, who was on that high ground for a significant amount of time, finally finds themselves getting eliminated. Sandbox God has EMP, throws it down on the objective. Toki gets eviscerated by Felix Felicis, and now I think Pasta is gone. Holocan aims a little, but Caramel is gone. It is just Queen Bee on this Lucio in conjunction with Widowmaker, who's dropped down from the heavens above at the rafters, getting deleted right before the golden parking lot. That was so close for Lava Lilies. They've set the win condition. Can they hold out long enough to prevent KCMX from hitting the final objective? That was hard fought. You didn't think they'd get the second objective. I also was sweating bullets over here, but I had to keep holding out for hope. Unfortunately, they did not get the third. So some of my hopes are gone. Lava Lilies, the question is, can you hold back KCMX from hitting the spot that you got?
Yeah, it is. I mean, Lava Lilies did get a long way, much longer than we expected. And KCMX, they have kind of struggled a little bit, right? Like, obviously Lava Lilies are coming in this with the momentum, right? You won 2 maps in a row and you get really far, not the whole way, but really far on this push. Can KCMX do the same? Can they go on the offense and match that with how much they've struggled in the last couple of maps?
I think Lava Lilies thrive under pressure. They that's the best. I mean, out of the frying pan into the fire is kind of what they've been experiencing most of this entire game. I feel like it's been down to the wire every single time. And right now, yeah, they didn't make it as far as they wanted to, but I do have faith in their ability to hold out and make this as hard fought a battle as possible for KCMX. If not, even stop KCMX from making it all the way to the golden parking lot. We'll have to wait and see, though, as spawn doors have dropped, and of course the teleporter across the other high ground was used, but it was a bait and switch this time as opposed to a full commitment from KCMX.
Yeah, it is really, really tough. Now, sorry. Okay, well, maybe it's not that tough. Lava Lilies kind of making it look easy right now. Saturn gonna go down as well. KCMX first push not successful.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now they also lost Tangerine. That is a full disengagement. Pasta's in a little bit too deep. Will get out, thankfully, and get healed right back up by their support line. Now, looking at ults across the board, the closest we have is going to be Sori with that infrared sights coming online. Again, it's more of a zoning capability, information gathering. It's a facilitation ult. It is not a killing ultimate. It facilitates you to do what you need to do as a DPS is the best way I can put it. But once again, Sori does not need any form of an ultimate to facilitate their kill potential, as they will find eliminations on Holocan aim as well as Sandbox God.
Yeah, it is now tough here, because now here comes the Widow ult to just give a little bit more vision. Lava Lilies, again, the more they can stall out here, the better they're gonna feel, right? Because there is a long way to go for KCMX. They do find in the back line this Sombra. They're gonna try and Hollow goes down in the process. KCMX, they're moving forward here, but are they winning the fight? No, they are struggling right now as everybody going down. They're gonna use this D.Va ult, actually, which I'm a little surprised about. Do get Tycho in the process. Sari goes down as well. And KCMX, well, they do kind of get some wins off that fight. They can't get a win to push.
Well, they're managing to get inch by inch here currently. They are up the hill, which is arguably one of the most difficult parts of this first objective to deal with, is going that underpass area right at the top of it. That first little bit is really difficult because there's 2 high grounds that sandwich the payload. But if they can just get it a couple extra inches, a foot if even, they will be very successful moving forward as they find Sori, they find Queen Bee, both of the Lava Lilies, because we all decide to fight in server room, and this is where Overwatch gets a little overstimulated.
Yeah, a little bit. Lots of things happening. Small space. regardless, Felix doing a lot here, which is going to get that kill onto the Diva. Pasta not burning the bomb on this, not seeing the point, as there will be the first point grabbed by KCMX. Oh, we are staggering a little bit more. Sorry, gonna go down for a couple seconds of time. 3 minutes and 30 seconds for this next point.
I do want to say that this is relatively close to what we had on the docket for Lava Lilies Rising when they made it to this point on their attack, but we need to be a little bit cautious here that we don't lose Pasta and Toki very soon, because if we lose our tank, our ability to play touch and go on the objective, which is how D.Va wants to play this in conjunction with their Tracer, is greatly decreased. However, we're in front of that payload. We're pushing back the enemy team right now, but that enemy squad of KCMX, they're coming up on EMP, a little bit close to a pulse bomb, but they have self-destruct and they're going to have sound barrier online, whereas we only have infrared sights, pulse bomb, and self-destruct. And speaking of that EMP that's ready to go, it is used. Unfortunately, Sandbox God will pass away in that moment.
Yeah, did not really gain anything from that. Caramel finally does go down, but it's a matter of the fight at that point. Sound barrier going to be used. Lava Lily's trying to continue this one. Bomb to gain some space here and reset. Pasta has the health bar back up again. Saturn still looking for the stick. Will try to push forward here. Is looking, does not get that stick, but is able to get in onto the Ana. And Ana will fall. Tycho goes down as well. And KCMX, they are getting the win they need.
They're managing to get the eliminations. It's just Tracer left standing right now on the objective, but I do think there is enough time, so in this instance, for one more touch to come through from Pasta. Whether or not that'll be a successful touch, I have yet to see, considering Tangerine has Orbital Ray ready to go.
I'll continue to push forward. Now, KCMX have not actually gotten this point yet, so still got a little bit to go. They definitely are after that bomb. Tycho goes down, and now they'll grab it. 3 minutes now, and we are down to the absolute wire. Lava Lilies, they cannot let this get all the way. Remember, Lava Lilies did not cap that third point. We are only just before it, and Lava Lilies, if they let it get there, they are done. That is the tournament.
Well, currently, I think honestly, it's up to Caramel to put a little pressure on the payload when we hit the corner to make it a bit harder, but overstaying our welcome currently is Sandbox God. He manages to live, but Saturn unfortunately did not, and so that means KCMX automatically needs to back up a little bit, and taking control of this whole angle here, the wide swing, is really what Lava Lilies Rising is looking to do. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it though, because this Sombra has yet to fully be punished.
Rally being used by Tycho. As Saturn in a little bit of trouble, down to 13 HP, cannot buy time for the recall, and Saturn will go down. Lava Lilies able to hold out here, but look where that payload is. It is very close here.
Lava Lilies have less than 2 minutes to hold out. Can they sustain here and manage to be victorious? Remember, to those of you who weren't here yesterday, KCMX sent Lava Lilies down into the second half, the lower bracket, the redemption shot. They had to come back through, fight tooth and nail. They have brought themselves to the grand finals to face down their enemies who've sent them to the lower bracket, but Saturn comes in very reminiscent of yesterday, dropping a pulse bomb down on that back line of Lava Lilies, taking down both supports, and sorry, Caramel, Pasta, all eliminated. The payload is going to work itself into the golden parking space, and that's KCMX to be victorious. Lava Lilies inches away from taking away the grand finals, but nonetheless a fabulous showing. I think Saturn might have gotten POTG, and I think it's this pulse bomb on the back line here in the final moments of this game.
Yeah, that is so tough. Lava Lilies held out for so very long, and I thought they might have had their opportunity, but Saturn would open this up, and you could just see the final fight. Saturn winning that almost like alone there, just took out so many people. At the end of it, it is KCMX who are going to take the whole thing 3-2, and by golly, if it was not a contested tournament at all, Lava Lilies put up a hell of a fight.
They most definitely did, and it was incredible to see Lava Lilies fight their way all the way through the second chance bracket to make it up here, and now they nearly did it. Unfortunately, there was just a little bit missing near the end. I don't know what the skosh was. Perhaps it just came down to Saturn getting one heck of a final play, because that pulse bomb definitely saved the day for that team.
Yeah.
They were running out of time, and had that pulse bomb not stuck, had Diva eaten it, had anything happened, I don't believe they would have been as successful as they were.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I think Lava Lilies, they have a lot to be proud of. I think they're gonna feel really, really like just being in that kind of a situation where you're so close and it falls apart. It has to feel really, really tough. But I think there's a lot to be proud of. Not only did they come back in this next, like after losing to KCMX earlier in this tournament, they came back really, really strong. But KCMX able to pull it all back together at the end and get their victory. Congratulations to them.
Yes, congratulations KCMX, but congratulations all to both teams and to every team that was here during this tournament, especially during today. You did very well across the board. All the teams did a fabulous job, but we do also know that we get to talk to one of the players coming from KCMX. I do believe that Sandbox God, she'll be joining us for an interview. I'm excited to actually be able to talk to her. I want to find out what the heck was going through their heads during, you know, map 3 where things flipped away from their favor, especially that one fight on, it was when we had Lava Lilies at 3 points, and I said basically KCMX needs to win 2 back-to-back points in order to be victorious here. They got one, they got the second, but then they could not get the third objective. That's where things turned fully in favor of Lava Lilies. I want to know how the mentality was for those players, what they were thinking. Also, why did they pick Runasapi? I really want to know why they picked Runasapi. That's bold. Any team, I feel like, willing to pick the newest version of any map, that's just a bold move in general, and I genuinely want to know, like, why Runasapi was chosen. Maybe it legitimately was an instance of we thought it would be fun, and I fully respect those types of decisions, but if it's something that, like, we've literally been practicing Runasapi, like, every single time we've come together, or we collectively decided it was our best map for push, I just want to know. I'm a curious mind.
Yeah, well, we'll have the opportunity to figure that out as we are going to get set up for our interview, guys. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back after this.
Yo. Cash and the ticket is yours.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are here with Sandbox God, who's actually just a cat. We have just realized. Congratulations, Sandbox God. I obviously, like, probably a lot of emotions, but how are you guys feeling after that victory?
Exhilarated and exhausted. For
Fair
good
enough.
reason.
Okay, so I understand being exhausted, so I'll try to make my questions a little bit fast. I do apologize, though; they might seem a little painful. But I gotta ask on Clash, especially when we hit that midway point. I remember it was just like succinctly saying 2,000 eyes. I was like, if right now, if KCMX is going to win, what they need to do is they need to win this point using as little ults, if one, maybe two as possible, and then they need to go into the next point and they need to win using 3 ults and then continue to use the 2-3 combo from there on out. But what unfortunately ended up happening was you guys won very heavy-handedly, and this was, I want to say, the last 4 total Clash points that were occurring on Hanaoka. You won very heavy-handedly on the third to last point. It was a 2 ult victory, and we were walking back into the starting objective. It seemed like things were in your grasp, but things started to kind of go sideways. What type of mentality was kind of going through the team at that point in time?
I believe that we thought we could win it, ready with our ultimates and everything, but obviously people are gonna just hit shots on the other team. You can't counter that. With my own pulse bomb, etc. So it's like we thought we could win, did our best, but sometimes things just don't work out.
That's fair. Okay, so my next question, and this is just pure curiosity. Why'd you guys pick Runasapi for push? Because that is, like, the newest push map. It's not one that I feel like a lot of teams are seasonally experienced on. So what made your team want to go with Runasapi over, Colosseo, Esperanza, or New Queen Street?
Mainly because a few times it has been in the map pool, we've practiced it a lot, because is new, so we ended up kind of getting a lot of practice and being good at it, while other teams don't have as much practice, giving us an advantage just from it being new. Also, Soldiers is good there.
That's true. I had 2 schools of thought. I was like, either they practiced it a bunch knowing it's the newest map and expecting teams not to practice it, or it was a point where they're like, we think this is just across the board no matter what our best push map. But that concludes my 2 questions, and I really appreciate your honest answers to both those.
Yeah, I mean, like, my final question really is just, like, do you have anybody you want to shout out, whether it be, like, teammates, anybody who helped out, like, on, like, an analyst side, or just anybody in your personal life? Like, who do you have to just shout out here after this hard-earned victory?
Obviously saddened for that pulse bomb to win us the match, probably. Because without that, it would have been much more difficult, even with an EMP, because they still had ults that they could have used after the EMP fell off. So I thank them a lot, the carry of our team.
Yeah, well, I mean, definitely well earned on the thanks there, and obviously, congratulations again on your victory, and hope you get to go and enjoy celebrating with the rest of your team.
Have a good night.
You as well.
All right, well, that is it for us here. It has been a crazy day. We went from a fairly standard match, just a quick victory for Lava Lilies, into that 5-game series. I feel like I got everything I needed out of today. Nerdy, how about you?
Oh yeah, I definitely feel like I did. My voice is like right on the cusp of like wanting to just die out for the remainder evening. So like I gave this my all, just like the players did. Of course, they gave way more than I did. I just gotta sacrifice my voice. That is what I do. But nonetheless, that was exhilarating to say the least. I loved absolutely seeing Lava Lilies fight as hard as they did. Not to mention, we kind of got to, I at least got to follow a saga of Lava Lilies through yesterday into today, and I got to follow their entire story. So it was really awesome to see like the small adjustments, the improvements that they were making. To see KCMX like initially yesterday go toe-to-toe with them, and it was a 2-0 sweep that did not seem like they broke a sweat whatsoever. To come into today, to have their, like, hear Sandbox God, to hear her say, we're exhausted, me, like, just goes to show how hardly fought that grand finals was, and so it was just absolutely awesome to watch.
It was an incredible day. I mean, again, like we got 2 maps into this and I thought, oh man, it's gonna be a 3-0, it's gonna be like short and simple, and I was a little sad about that, and Lava Lilies really did put up a fight, and very, very happy to have been here for that. But that is it for us today, guys. I hope you had a wonderful time. I don't know when the next Kunoichi tournament will be happening, but I'm sure you guys will hear about that. Make sure you guys follow us, me on Thousand Eyes Casts on Twitter. Nerdy is just the Nerdy Bird, I believe, as well.
Yes,
so
please make sure you include the.
Yeah, important one. But that is it for us. I hope you guys all have a wonderful night.
Got lots of love. Got lots of love. Lots of love. Got lots of love. Got lots of love. Got lots of love. Got lots of love.